So today I wanted to share something with you guys about success in being a contractor in residential, and I do a little bit of commercial, but mostly residential. And some things that I used to believe about what it takes in the contracting world to be successful or to not be successful or to look successful. What does it take? And I talked to several millionaires over the last few months, and I've been a contractor for 25 years now, and I'm very successful at what I do. I became a millionaire in doing it. And I used to think that in order to be successful in being a contractor in residential construction, you had to have a big, glamorous equipment. You had to have several trucks on the road that were like $80,000 pickup trucks on the road, and you had to wear a certain clothes, and you had to like look all prim and proper and had to look like you had your shit together. And in order to sell big $50,000 or $100,000, hundreds of $1,000 jobs, you had to show up in this fancy truck and have everything looking all perfect. And if you didn't do that, then you weren't going to be successful, and you weren't going to look successful. You were just going to be, you were never going to really do anything big in the construction world, because that's what I was told and by other contractors, and I watched other contractors, and they looked so successful, and in all these areas they had nice equipment, nice heavy equipment on their job sites, and it just looked like they were living the greatest life ever. And the more that over the past few years, I came to realize that the reason that, because I did all those things, I bought nice trucks over the years and showed up on the job sites in nice clothes and looked all professional and glamorous, but I didn't really have success the way that I wanted success. And finally I figured out that by going to personal growth seminars and stuff, and trainings and business trainings and stuff, and learning more about myself and my ego, and learning that all the glamour is really not what makes you successful. And it doesn't even matter if it's in whatever business it is. It doesn't have to be just in the contracting world, because I've seen it in other areas of successful business owners. And what I figured out for myself is I had to deal with my inner self, had to deal with what was in my heart. And what I figured out is people don't necessarily care how much you know or how good you look until they know how much you care about what they want you to do for them as the customer. You can show up in a $100,000 vehicle and look all proper and answer the questions all the correct way and everything, and make your customer feel good and walk away and get them to sign on the dotted line. But if you don't show up with quality, if you don't show up and do quality work at the end of the job, you will never get a good referral from that person. And he does not care if you show up in a beat up $5,000 pickup truck or car or SUV, etc., if you don't do quality work. And I had to learn that the hard way over the years. And what I finally figured out is what was holding me back personally was some of my insecurities. And some insecurities were that my marriage was a shit show. And there was days that I would leave the house and go to the office or go to the job site, and I would get to the job site and I was still upset at my wife for the argument that we had the night before or the morning before I went out the door to go to work. And that energy carried over into my work that day, and the customers could feel it and see it. And I figured out that they don't care about what you think they care about. They care about you coming to work with a good attitude, doing quality work, and keeping the job site clean, and all those things. They didn't care about how often you washed your truck and how expensive a vehicle that you pull into the driveway with. And I'm not saying that's not important, because it is important to have nice equipment and nice trucks coming to the job site and looking professional. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying, that's secondary. Quality workmanship is first, and your attitude with the customer, letting them know that you care. And that was something that I had to deal with the hard way, like really, really the hard way. And I was never successful in business, in any business for that matter, in my entire life. And today I'm 43 years old, and it took me till about 5 to 7 years ago when I finally figured that out. I'd say it was probably about 7 or 8 years ago, when I was like in my 30s. I had to figure out that people want to know they can trust you and they can believe that you will follow through with what comes out of your mouth. And I wanted to come on here and share this because I believe that sometimes we look at people and we think that they have everything together in the business and in their personal life, and it's not as it seems. And it's something that I became very passionate about in business, to help other business owners see this. I have nothing to gain by making this video and plastering it on the internet. I really have not a lot to gain. I've learned to have compassion for other business owners and share my story and be authentic with it, because I want to see other business owners be successful and live a fulfilling life. And the other thing that I had to deal with in my life was I had to be honest with myself in some of my addictions. Earlier in my life, when I was in business, I had alcohol addictions and all those things, and it literally took up space in my brain to where I couldn't focus on work while I was at work, because I was thinking about the next alcoholic drink I'm going to have as soon as I get off of work. And it distracted me from doing quality work sometimes early in my business life. When I first started my business I was 20 years old. 21 years old. I was 21 years old when I first started my construction business. And I hope that this video will help someone in business and shine some light on what business can be and what life can be. And if you like this video, please subscribe and give me a comment below, and hit the like button.